Remember, if you're doing the slip knot method, you need double the length. And for this one, we only need 9 inches, so we need 18 inches to cut. Now, you may want to do 19 inches just to give yourself a little bit of room to breathe. If not, if you're really OCD about it, that extra inch will allow you to trim up whatever you need to. Now remember, again, I showed you earlier, you don't have to roll this a gazillion times. I rolled it twice. Just make sure that you put the folded end as close together as possible. Half the width that you're going to cut for your other pieces at the folded side, because it's going to be double because it's folded. See? Let's see if you can see that better. Now when you're working with a crocheted band, you know those holes are not very big, so a little bit less width will work really well for these. But again, it's all based on your preference. And you may make exceptional slip knots, so that won't be a factor for you at all. Alright, now if you'll see here, I have very little discrepancy, so I'm not going to have any wasted. But if you find out that you have some wasted, or that you need to get rid of it to make it more even, you just trim it. Now, let me show you 2 different ways to do the diamond cut. Bring your pieces together. Bring the ends together as closely as possible. Since we're doing the diamond cut, you're going to fold it again, long ways. You can use your scissors. And now you have a diamond shaped end. The other way you can do it is with your rotary cutter, if you're using a rotary cutter. Again, same concept, just bring it as closely together as you can. Fold it long ways again. Make sure you have somewhere to cut on. And run it at an angle. And that's all you have to do. And now we've got some really nice looking ends. Alright, now we're going to place our tool on our crocheted band. Now this is where you can bring the ends together, or if you'd rather, you can kind of do a staggered effect or a layered effect and change it up just a bit so it's different lengths. Remember not to start at the very, very bottom where it's a thin thread, because that can break on you and you don't want to deal with that mess. Bring it together, make it as small as possible. Run it through the hole. Now remember, you don't have to tug down tightly. Just gently tug, okay? Because remember, every time that you add something to the crocheted hole, you're in essence stretching it just a bit, so you don't want to make it so tight that you make your holes really big. Through one hole, out, bring it together. Now, make sure you squish this top part, because if you don't, sometimes it'll make the slip knot look unkempt. Now, depending on the size of person, you know, how tall they are, you can turn this into a dress as well. Totally up to you. Now, when adding the safari style tool, we're using that apple green zebra print tool. You don't have to necessarily put it on the bottom layers. Okay, you can put it on the top layers, and that will save you some money, and it'll still look fantastic. You can also mix the colors together. That's usually a little bit easier to do if you lessen the width when you're working with the crocheted band. When you're working with an elastic band, that doesn't really matter because you've got more room to move the slip knot around. Okay, so we're going to turn this just a bit. And I'll finish these bottom layers, and then when we hit the specialty tool, that's safari style, I'll slow it back down for you. Alright, we're going to add 1 to every 3rd spot of specialty tool on this next layer. Take your tool, situate it the way you want for the tails if you're doing the staggered look, or bring them together if you're doing an even style. Run it through. Use your fingers to widen it so you can bring the tails through. Now gently tug, folks, not hard, or you could damage that hole or make it too big. And so that's what it's going to look like. Now I'll go ahead and finish this layer, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with the last layer. Now you may think we're done, but we're going to add 1 more layer to really accent this with the safari style tool. But doesn't that look great already? Again, we're using premium black and premium apple green shimmering tool, and then our animal print apple green tool as well. And again, it's just the slip knot method. Now, since this is your last row you're doing, you're going to want to make sure that your knots are nice and clean and not too tight, so that way it doesn't mess up your holes. And notice I did not finish on the very top where that thin thread is, nor did I start at the bottom. That way we don't have to worry about it unraveling or messing up. Look at how poofy that is. Now somebody asked me, can we skip holes? Yes, you can. I don't necessarily, but I don't think it'll make too big of a difference. Now I'm just going to throw in an apple green. I'm going to finish this up and let you see the end results. I'm really looking forward to poofing this out. I think this is going to be really smashing. Thanks for watching. Remember, whatever it is that you create, it's going to be fantastic because you took the time to create it. If you liked our channel, please subscribe. We could really use your support. And for all of you that haven't taken a look at our Tutu News and Tutu Kits, please take a moment and do so. We still have the giveaway going on to celebrate our 1,000 plus subscribers. You can fluff these out quite a bit more than I have. I just don't have enough space to show you what it looks like if I fluff it too much more. See, this will fluff up quite a bit. And there we have it, everyone. Our crocheted band as the base, and then our elastic band as the base. Now you can add ribbon to your elastic base if you want. Totally up to you. But for our intents and purposes, I just wanted to show you what it all looks like. Till next time.
Why so many tears? You've been there for me, I've been there for you. Look in the mirror and think this through. Something as perfect and pretty as you, I never could leave, you gotta believe. But you think my heart's not there, 'cause it's been a while. You keep telling me it's been a while. Let me tell you something. Yes, I know we've been together for so long. You think that I can't see? After these years, you're still pretty, pretty. Truth be told, we grow stronger. See, I need your love, so don't worry about me, 'cause I still think you're perfect, perfect. Pretty, 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 pretty. Every morning you're next to me. Why do you worry? Just go back to sleep. I know you love me, you know I love you. Oh, think of the moments of me and you. Our love is stronger for what we've been through. You're my family, that's always gonna be. But you cry when I'm not there. You're afraid of time. You keep saying you're afraid of time. Let me tell you something. Yes, I know